Before we get started, I wanted to take a moment and thank ABC Supply for sponsoring this video. Well, hello everyone. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, and we are here at the International Roofing Expo 2023. And I'm so honored to be joined by Katie Roberto, the Chief Operating Officer of Feazel. Katie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
Well, it's always fun to have great conversations with you.
Yes.
And I know that you do so much more for Feazel than just be their COO. So could you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So I'm the Chief Operating Officer, but I also manage our technology department. So we're undergoing a digital transformation now. I manage our sales and production operations team. I also manage our service department and our marketing and PR.
That is awesome. That's a lot.
Yes. And our newly formed customer experience team, which we're extremely proud of.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait to talk some more about that too as well.
Yes.
But so as everybody may or may not know, so Katie spoke at Best of Success this past December, and it was amazing. We had so many great questions from the audience, and we had such great feedback from all the information that you were sharing. But I wanted to take just a quick minute and just give some nuggets on process. Because one thing that I learned from you is you are absolutely amazing and so succinct with how you put your process together. What can you tell to all the contractors that are listening? What are the top 3 things that they should think of when they're starting to put together a process or a new process?
Yes, so the best way to put together a process or to assess your current process and whether you have gaps in your process is to first just document step by step. What do you do today? In its simplest format. So if you look at the life cycle of a roof, for example, you market it, you send a salesperson out, you sell it, you sign a contract, you produce it, or you order your materials, you produce it, you schedule it, so on and so forth. Yeah. So just the simple steps. And then you take a look at it from different lenses. So you look at it from an employee lens. How are we doing? What are we doing well? Are there any gaps? Where are we falling down? So for example, from a customer service, a customer experience lens, how many touch points do you have to your customer as you're going through? What is their experience? Are you handing them off? Does everybody have the right information? So you take different stakeholders and then you run them through your current state process, and you can then see what's working, what's not working, and this helps you to formulate a plan. So anytime that I'm ever doing an analysis or somebody says, fix something, I always start with your current process. And it's something that is continuous. If you document your core tenets of what you do, then you can continuously build from that.
Well, and it's amazing, Katie, because when I heard you speaking, I mean, you spent months on reinventing some of these processes that made, and everybody, it sounded like you weren't everybody's friend when this was kind of going on.
Still not, Still not. I'll repair friendships later.
But it sounded like after, even though you went as painful that process as some of those changes were at the end, what did everybody say at the end now?
Well, we're still going through it.
Yes.
But what's interesting is when you go through a transformation like this, when people look at how they're doing it, they don't realize the complexity because you're just doing it every day. Right. And then you also don't realize the inefficiencies that you create as you're going through. Mm-hmm. For example, you get comfortable with things like paper, or you get comfortable with things like text messaging when you have a system that can do it for you. And so what I'm starting to see is when people take them steps out of their current state and really look at it with a new lens, they start to say, wow, I didn't realize we could do that easier. I didn't realize the opportunities that I have here. And so we're now starting to hear that. We're now starting to see it. Also starting to hear, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Okay,
when we moved the company out of Gmail into Office 365, it was like anarchy. We never thought we were going to get through it. I mean, it was like the day never ended. And now I have people going, I can't imagine a world without it. Yeah. And all the things it can do, like now I can't live without this. And so it takes time. And as I talked through at Best of Success, when you're going through this massive amount of change, you have to unlearn and relearn new ways of doing things. And that unlearning process can be really challenging, especially in smaller roofers or medium-sized roofers when you have a short, finite amount of resources that are doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
You get comfortable with doing it one way.
Sure.
So yeah, it is a process. Not to be redundant, but it definitely is a process.
No, for sure. Well, that's such great advice. And if anybody wants to listen more, for sure, so you can definitely go to roofingcontractor.com. And because Katie's entire presentation is up on video on the Roofing Contractor website. But Katie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
Because it's always great to dive into the process. And
Yes.
I guess the biggest takeaway as I hear you saying is that be patient with your process because it takes time.
It does.
And don't be too afraid to take the time that you need to create something much better.
Yes.
So anyway, Katie, thank you so much. But if anybody
course.
ever has any questions for you, what is Feazel's website? Where can they go to look to see who you are and what is more about Feazel?
You can go to www.feazelinc.com.
That's awesome. And if anybody has any questions for us, again, it's roofingcontractor.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free information, our e-newsletters, our website, our podcasts, our videos, so that way you can stay up to date on seeing all the great interviews we're doing, especially like we are today with Katie. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy. And we can't wait to talk to you soon. Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you.